Happy Thursday, wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this. Hopefully, your day is going well or has gone well. Maybe you're watching this later in the evening. Hey, I'm sitting with my truck in the woods like I'm either a hunter or a fiend. And we're back over here on the deck job today, ready to get rocking and rolling on this and hoping to make some good progress on this thing today. I'll tell you what I need. I found it. Found what I was looking for. What is that? That's hooked up to a glove. My little handheld right here. Yes, this would be delectable. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to you guys, man. Hopefully your day is going super well. See if I can do this and not hit any buttons on the phone. That looks pretty good right there. Good deal, man. What's going on? Shout out to you guys. We got so many people up in here that well, now it finally caught up. Hey, True Blue, what's going on with you? I want to give a special shout out to you and your coach of your college football team who can't keep his hands to himself. They fired the Michigan head coach yesterday, Sherrard, whatever. The black man who ended up getting the job after Harbaugh left to go to the league, right? Ain't that when he came in? And he was crying about, goddamn Michigan. Well, they fired him yesterday, and I was like, oh, shit. I thought they might have fired him because of the record. You know, you got blown out by Ohio State. But he had a winning record. And then this morning, all that shit comes out about Buddy and that snow bunny he was messing around with. Crazy shit, man. All right, anyways, we're on the job site. Shout out to everybody. Redskin Chris, what it do, man? You know, Redskin Chris, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you since frickin' Indiana put belt to ass against your Ohio State, and I want to let you know, I love you, Redskin Chris, I really do, but I told you that y'all ain't played nobody. I told you when a real team come through, like Indiana, Heisman Mendoza, and yeah, man, Indiana gonna win the Natty. Yes, they are. All right, but shout out to Ohio State, because if there's one team that could stop Indiana, it's Ohio State in a rematch with a different kicker. You could have put anybody in the stands to kick those field goals. I think he didn't miss but one. He missed two, right? All right, folks. Enforcer said Indiana should not have won that. Let's be real. You know, as I was saying that, I forgot like how the game actually went, and then I remembered that Indiana didn't win that game. Ohio State actually lost that game. So you're right. I recognize the error of my ways. So check out the truck sitting in the woods. Yeah, man, she ain't no freaking parking lot princess, that's for damn sure. This son of a bitch be riding through the sticks and some stuff. Chris got the audacity to be in here talking about some Roll Tide. The only thing they about to do is roll up to a TV to watch that national championship, because they damn sure ain't going nowhere. They got freaking belt to ass. Georgia's going to be tough too, man. And hey, look, I ain't nobody to talk. You know, I'm Mississippi. I'm Ole Miss for my wife. And, man, we ain't even got no coach. We ain't got no coach. All right, so check it out, man. We got the, I do believe Notre Dame got screwed, too. I didn't like that neither. How are they going to leave Notre Dame out, but they're going to let Alabama in? That's crazy, man. Got the vinyl siding from yesterday's job. So yesterday's job, I didn't get a chance to film as much as I wanted to. And I don't even know if I shared with you guys or not. You guys saw the video from yesterday. Well, we ended up doing the vinyl siding job for the guy that I didn't think it was going to be a good fit. And I thought he was going to have a lot of shit with him. Well, turns out, I think that was all in my head. It was actually not too bad. He wasn't really bothering us too much while we were out there. And we got the job done and we got paid. So he was very happy with the work. And I want to give a really special shout out to Gene and Jason. Man, they did a phenomenal job on that vinyl siding. So today we're back out here messing with this Fugazi ass deck. And, you know, there were some comments. There were a lot of comments on yesterday's video that I did not appreciate. But it is what it is. It's the internet, for God's sakes. If you came with the constructive criticism, I'm cool with that. But if you came with some bullshit, I don't like that. So one of the constructive criticism comments were in relation to these jimmies right here. They said, Joe, why didn't you put joist hangers on the frickin' stringers that you installed? So what? When they built this back in 1994, they didn't even use no joist hangers. Didn't even use them. And that bitch lasted for 30 years. So we're gonna put in, we got 3 of those guys right down there, I believe. 3 of those, a little bit of concrete. Yeah, so even though we've already built the steps and the stringers are in place, we can access, because we've been doing it, we can access underneath. I'll show you, because we still got to build this. Yeah, Redskin Chris, we're going to stain this whole deck same color that it is. We can access what we need to right over there. You can actually see where we were working at right there. Oh, there's a laundry basket. I wonder what other kind of goodies are down here. I see some corrugated piping. We could use that for a French drain somewhere. We've also got to rebuild this access door, which is supposed to look like that. I guess that's all the pieces. Hopefully that'll work out. So we'll be able to get joist hangers in there. No big deal. This we're actually going to Bondo. I don't care. I'm not taking this all the way out. That bitch is down to a freaking concrete footer. Ain't shit we can do with that. That son of a bitch getting Bondoed. Yeah. Some of our repair work right here looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think we're a little long right here in comparison to some of that. So we're going to try to clean that up today. And then this guy's got to be put back. We were doing all of this repair work at the end of the day, the first day. So, yeah. But once it's stained, you're never even going to notice this shit. So the solid stain that we'll be using will be the same color as what's already here. Freaking bit. Yeah, it'll be the same color. We still got repair work to do, and we're not done with that just yet. And we're only doing as much repair work as we've got deck boards for, and we've got about 4 more deck boards. So whatever we can get with that. And there's not a lot that could go. Maybe a couple of these little pieces in here look like shit. But for the most part, I think we've walked this whole thing, even right here. Just some ugly discoloration. She's probably getting ready to go right there. But again, it's a deck repair. And you can pick at this and pick at this till you got scabs all over your face. And we're not doing that, you know? We're not doing that. Relock says no resanding, no sanding or anything. Maybe we pressure wash it. That'll be the most that you get. But nah, no sanding. You ain't gonna sand this. This ain't that type of a party. And then when we put the resurfacing material on the deck, little rule of thumb with this, whenever you do a resurfacing job for somebody, you have to put like a clause in that shit. There's no guarantee on it, okay? You might get 1 or 2 years out of that resurfacing, but there's no material that you can put down on a deck that is gonna hold up to foot traffic or shit being placed on it. Now for like your hand rails and things like that, where people ain't walking on those, that's gonna hold up. But, you know, if the stuff starts to fade and, you know, not look as great after a year, it's a walkable surface. And there's no resurfacing product that I know of that can give you like a lifetime guarantee. Like a Thompson's water seal or something like that. Yeah, you might be able to seal the shit, but when it comes to using a solid stain, which is essentially like a paint, it's, you know, there's just no good thing about it. And where everybody gets confused with this shit at least my opinion on the situation, is when you look at like a Trex. A Trex is like a PVC deck board. And, you know, that shit's gonna look good for forever, but it's expensive. Trex is damn expensive. So you get what you pay for. That's what it is. Yes, indeed. It's a little chilly. I thought it was a little bit warmer than this today, but turns out I was wrong. I was wrong. Lieutenant Dan, what's going on? Yeah, man, I would have never rode with you on that. The only thing that I told you I liked on that, and I told you, was the under. I told you the whole time. You ain't going to get me to take Alabama. I mean, I just couldn't do it, man. You don't have Nick Saban no more. You're not the same Alabama. And you prove that in the high intensity moments. You prove that in the high intensity moments. Don't get me wrong, I ain't got nothing against Dewar, whatever his name is, your coach. But it's just not the same Alabama. We've also got to address this situation today. This is going to be our fun situation right here. I also didn't bet anything last weekend, so I'm nobody to talk. And Lieutenant Dan, if you really did put $1,000 on that game, I'm sorry for you. That's a tough loss. I was on stake last night and I lost $50. And you couldn't tell me I didn't just smoke a 50 rock after I lost that. That's how I was feeling. I'm almost done gambling. I swear to God I am. Kevin says, hardly working or working hard? I'm working while hard, actually. I got that from a construction comedian that I've been following who has a pretty good following over on Facebook. I don't know his name. That doesn't say a lot. Hey, look, here's an issue we've got to address today. So Gene broke the handrail, and, you know, no big deal. The shit was rotted. I wasn't mad at him when it broke, but it broke, so we had to replace it. So I tried to use these 6-inch freaking anchor screws, which didn't hold for shit. I mean, did not hold for nothing, because there's nothing but rotted wood behind there. And, anyway, so what the fellas got to do first thing this morning is they got to dig out. It's like freaking going on a freaking archaeological dig. Yeah, we got to dig out that concrete down there and redo that freaking. And see, this one probably ain't too far off neither. If that one broke off, you already know the other one will too. So that's all that. I got to sit up in the truck for a couple minutes. It's cold. Hey, Lieutenant Dan, good on you for not doing that. Brian Daly says $50 could pay for a gallon of stain. I made $600 profit yesterday, so I was feeling myself a little bit, and I'm about to make a couple, almost 2,000 off of this job. I'm not saying I can afford it, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got a trick, like the Michigan head coach. I'm sure he was spending more than $50. You think he was paying for the snatch? Paying. You know what I wish I could do with this, which would make this just the nuts, this little handheld I got? Lieutenant Dan says I'm putting $1,000 on Indiana winning the title, Joe. Don't do it. I like Indiana. But again, I just remembered Ohio State lost that game. Okay, Indiana did not win that game. Keep that in mind. Hey, let that shit sink in. Let it sink in, because they ain't gonna do it again. Can you imagine what it was like to be that Ohio State kicker in that locker room after that game? The hazing. Come on, stand up for me. You don't want to stand up. What if I put you in the floorboard? Forgive me. I know it looks crazy right quick. I got nothing but receipts down. Oh my God, that's good. That's good. That's good right there, but it's too far away, so I can't see it. Put $1,000 on Filecoin. Now would be the time to do it. Don't take any financial advice from me. You see how I was itching my arm right there? I get the scratching when I think about the gamble. I get the scratching. The enforcer. Ohio State will win it all again, probably. I'm going to tell you something, man. I can't put the phone over there. It's just too far away. I can't see it. No disrespect, Redskin Chris, but forget Ohio State. Simply because of the fact that y'all screwed it up. Hey, sorry about that. I had a phone call come through. I'm back now. I'm back. We're good. Sorry about that. It's only like a 6 or 7 second delay right there. Joe, come to Florida and retile my shower. I'd love to. Yeah, but let me tell you something, man. Ohio State screwed it up for everybody. Ohio State screwed it up for everybody, man. You know why Ohio State won the national championship last year? It's not because of Ryan Day being this phenomenal coach that he is. He's a good coach. But anybody could have won that national championship. They had the highest, they spent the most money on their roster. And guess what? LSU is about to do it next year. So college football is becoming just it sucks. You know, people are only going to go want to play where they're going to make the most money to play at. And your college kids. You know, whatever happened to the time when you had to go out there and earn it? Yeah, so. Bet on the Bengals winning, LOL. What the fuck you talking? Lieutenant Dan says Patriots winning the Super Bowl, Joe. They're looking good. They got the best record in the freaking league right now. Drake May looking like a young Tom Brady out that bitch. I mean, shit. I don't see who's stopping them. What are they, 10-2, 9-2? Who gonna stop them? Bum-ass Buffalo? I mean, Buffalo probably the only team that's gonna... It'll be them and Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. Can it be them? Out of the same thing? Yeah, it could be them. Seahawks all the way. It damn sure ain't gonna be no Cincinnati. Oh, yeah, the Bears were looking good. Didn't they just lose? They just lost. And who did they lose to? Somebody they had no business losing to with the record that they had. I can't remember. I was hoping that it was going to be Tennessee's going to stop them. That's comical. They've got the worst record in the league. The 49ers are trash. The Packers. Yeah, it was the Packers that beat them. That's right. But that's that old rivalry game. That's a game you can't never bet. You can't never bet Chicago versus Green Bay. That's the biggest rivalry in NFL. I guess second to Dallas and Redskins. Will you draft another quarterback if you're Cleveland? Why would you? You've got Shador. I like Shador, man. I just think he gets a bad rap. Sort of like me. When you come across with a little bit of too much confidence, people hate on you. But he had 4 touchdowns in the last game, so shout out to Shador. Browns are going to win the Super Bowl. They're working on a squad, that's for sure. New England has played mostly bums. Most of the teams in the NFL right now are bums. Who gonna stop them? Who gonna stop New England? Damn sure ain't gonna be old Patty Mahomes. He ain't doing it this year. Did you hear the theory why his coach don't like him? I didn't hear the theory of why the coach for the Browns doesn't like him. But I know that, the coach for the Browns doesn't like him. It's probably because he's black. Oh, I hate to say that, man. That dude looks like a racist. Hey, let me tell you what you probably didn't hear about now that we're talking sports. We had 145 people up in here. I'm sorry that we lost a couple talking about sports. Henry Ruggs. Have y'all seen the Henry Ruggs situation? The star receiver from Alabama who gets drafted immediately to where did he go? To the Raiders? Where did he go? I think he went to the Raiders. And then he gets in the car accident at 100 and something miles an hour and he kills somebody. Now he's doing 13 years. Have y'all heard about that? Henry Ruggs was actually at a freaking damn near a halfway house. And, he's only been locked up for what, 5-6 years? If even that. So he was I can't remember where he was at, but he just got transferred. He was at a low, is what they referred to it as, a low security transitional home, I think is what they called it. And now he just jacked his level up to a medium. So he tricked his time up. He was going up for parole next year. And he was hopeful that he was going to make parole and have a chance to get back in the NFL. Do you think he could have got back in the NFL? Do you think a team would mess with him? Did a team mess with Ray Rice after he freaking chokeslammed Shorty in the elevator? Did a team mess with the other dude who's now the running back for that team that I can't absolutely stand, the Chiefs? The Chiefs would sign Henry Ruggs. That's right. Because they've got what's his name? The enforcer says, I feel bad for Joe Burrow. Great quarterback, but he stays hurt. Yeah, man, I don't got nothing against Joe Burrow. It's a shit situation, man. When you get drafted into the league as a quarterback and you go to one of these bum-ass squads, look at Jackson Dart. Look at what they did to not only Jackson Dart, but also to that freaking dope-ass running back that they had. You go to these train wreck freaking teams, and they will run you into the fucking ground just to keep their coaching job. You know, they did it to RG3. They did it to Jackson Dart and Scatterboo. And watch Shador. You know, you better hope he don't get hurt. Look at all the ACL injuries you've had this year. I don't know that that's got much to do with anything, but it's a damn shame, man. Phillip Rivers to the Super Bowl. Man, shout out to frickin' 44. Number 44 coming back. That's how old Phillip Rivers is. I said that. All right, fellas just showed up. They're a couple of minutes late. Hey, chat, I'm going to let you know. Should I snap on the fellas for being late? Or should I... I should be an IRL streamer on the job. Hey, chat. Hey, should we put these freaking hangers on here? Or should we just say, we're putting roofs on the weekend? Purple says snap on them. Gene's already mad that he's late. JW says, no way, bad traffic. When the stream froze up earlier, Gene was telling me that he was going to be late. They got caught in an accident. I'm not tripping on him. It is what it is. I don't snap as much as I used to. And you guys probably don't even know. You probably couldn't even imagine this, but I used to snap a lot. But that was mostly when we was doing apartments. Now that we're doing jobs where we can chill at, hey, Gene, you know what? It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, man, it's okay. You can't control the stupid drivers on the road. Cool, we're gonna get ready to get to work. I'm gonna leave this thing running for a little while, man. Let you guys rock with us on the job. This will just be a part of the video for today, or part of the video. These streams that I've been doing as of late haven't been all that long. So let you guys see how we get situated out here. So right now the fellas are just getting here. They're going to get the equipment out of the garage. We've got the table saw and the miter box. And yeah, we're going to get to work. I don't even know where we're going to begin at. Well, like I said, this is where we're going to begin at. We got to dig this out so you guys can watch us dig for a little while. Streaming your work is easy money, Hobo says. Maybe. The traveling painter, what's going on? Let me come help y'all knock it out. Shit, I was thinking about it this morning. If I can just get a little more shit going, it wouldn't be bad to have another hand out here. It wouldn't be bad. I got to make a trip to the dump in just a little while. I've got siding debris in the back of the truck, as well as this debris from out here too. Somebody was asking me what I think about Mississippi State. Is that who you're talking about? MSU? There's a lot of MS, right? What's going on? Hey, why are you late? I'll snap on one of them and not the other. Look at that, man. Got a good crew of guys out here. I got in late. Any other update on work with the other guy? Oh, yeah, we did the work with the other guy. We did. I got the debris in the back of the truck. We did that yesterday. Michigan State. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that. Michigan's coach. Yeah, man. I think he's a dirtball. I think he's a highly overtly sensitive guy. You know, he's just too touchy-feely. And he likes the snow bunnies. He does. He likes the white women. And they're going to get you in trouble every single time. So he lost his job and got arrested messing with one. Shit, you threw away a career. And now you got a mugshot. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen when you mess with them snow bunnies. I ain't got no respect for dude, man. You know, there's got to be a time when when you recognize who you are. And as a coach of a prestigious freaking collegiate program, buddy, you got to do better than that. And let me tell you something, Lane Kiffin is a piece of shit too. He is an absolute piece of shit. Yeah, dude got a whole ass family, man. Ain't nobody rocking with that dude. That shit is crazy. Let me show you guys something real quick as we're getting things set up. Shout out to Gene over here, getting things out of the garage, ready to rock and roll. Let me show you all my miter box. Miter saw, I call it a miter box. This is a tool that I definitely need to replace. If you're looking for something to send me for Christmas, this is what I want. I'm thinking about putting together an Amazon wish list for no good reason whatsoever. I'm nobody anymore. But if you'd like to get your boy something, I would like a new one of these. Now, the one that I'm looking at is called a double bevel miter. And you can see that mine's actually held together with masking tape. We don't even have a guard on the front of this guy. So, yeah, the Harbor Freight all day. So when you're using this, okay, and when you let go of that trigger and that son of a bitch is still spinning at 1,000 RPMs, you know, keep your hands out of the way. Also interesting about my miter saw, look, the tape is literally doing something. It's literally holding up this piece right here. And you're probably wondering to yourself, Joe, why is this thing in a million pieces? Well, because we could never get the goddamn blade off. That's right. This ended up getting all stripped out, and you can't get nothing in there to get that out, which is crazy. That's just what it is. Also, it doesn't even lock. Well, for whatever reason, it's somewhat locked right now, but usually it'll flip over on its side really good. This doesn't lock anymore. This does nothing. You can still turn it. It's crazy. A little bit of a death trap. K. Schwizzle says you can't get the blade off. It's crazy. Yeah, so it's funny because I'm not the only one who's had this problem. The guy that we were doing the work for yesterday, he had this is a Cobalt. He had a Ryobi version, and he said he had the same problem. He can't get the blade off of his. He's got to go buy a new saw. I've had this miter for 3 years, and I mean, we've done a lot of work with this thing. This thing has made a lot of money. It's time to retire this. So Gene wants to see it get dipped in gold. That's what he likes to see. Look at that. She don't lock. She just does what she wants to do. But she gets the job done. And let me tell you something. That blade is dull. That blade is dull. You got enough cord? Cool.
And then we'll put the wheel on that. We'll get both of them where we ain't got switches today.
So this guy, I've had this guy for a couple of years too. This thing's been with me through a couple of flip houses. She needs to be replaced. Doesn't lock right here, which is not even that big of a deal. That's one of the least problems here. Show you the bigger problem. You see all that sawdust right there? Watch this. It's got a chute in the back of it where the sawdust is supposed to come out of. See that right there? See that? That's where the sawdust is supposed to come out of. But let me show you something. This is interesting. Let's go ahead and do magic here. Let's go ahead and shoot that guy over. All right, get that guy out of the way right there. Watch this.
What you want here? I was gonna put it down here so that we. Wherever you want it, I don't care.
Look at all the sawdust down in there. You see that right there? This isn't plugged in. So the sawdust feed down there is so jammed up, and I can't get it unjammed for nothing. So that may not seem like that big of a deal, but when you're cutting, there's nothing like cutting something and all of the sawdust is flying directly right back up at you because of the direction the blade is going. It's literally just scooping the sawdust up and shooting it like a projectile right back at you. I shit you not.
All right.
We dumped it over yesterday, like the other day. We dumped it upside down and it still didn't help.
Put the top back, suck it out and blow it out.
Yeah, all right, look, Gene, so the first plan of attack is going to be this guy right here.
Guy out.
Yep, I got the post hole digger. I got a shovel. We're in there. Do we still have that screw, that bit set for that?
Yeah, it should be wherever the fuck we left it.
Yeah, get me that bit set so we can undo this fuckery that I did right here. I'm also going to work on my breathing while out here.
I gotta do that. Yeah.
Gene, you got to work on your attitude, buddy.
Buddy, if you know half of it, you do the other half, you be like, you ain't a bullet yet? For real.
I don't want to see you do that, Gene.
I never will. Hey, you never gotta worry about that with me.
I want to help you walk off the ledge a little. I mean, what? That sounded horrible.
I just got a lot of shit, man.
All right, we're gonna get this post out the way, and then we're gonna get at it. We'll get down and find the concrete.
Hey, folks, if you got a couple dollars in your pocket, we would like lunch today. I'm kidding. Y'all ain't got to donate. Look, we're going to live stream while working today, and that's what it is out here on the job site. So you guys keep in mind, I am live.
Okay.
Yes, Gene, I'm glad you found that right there.
All right, where is the impact?
We're working. Yeah. Harlan says, Joe, the 45 degree cuts made me laugh, man. I felt like an idiot for that shit. Took me forever. Took me forever to realize that the shit was going to be 45. Why would it be anything different?
Yeah. Let's do that first. Just make sure it don't fall